So when I thought about this project, I thought about the public art aspect of it and the sort of dispersal of seeds and the flowers and a rebirth and a repurposing of these weapons of destruction, right? That's what bombs are. And so the first piece that I wrote, and it's a brand new poem, it's called For One Who Tends Gardens. As you overturn the soil on yet another new garden, you worry, will this patch grow? What is the right amount of fertilizer? How do I protect this precious garden from the pest of life? You are the mother to nature, nurturing the sweet basil, heirloom tomatoes, cauliflower, and broccoli. You make wildflowers bloom in the most unanticipated places, along seashores, in the forests, on mountaintops, or in the cracks on the concrete. Your determination is only matched by this wild child's insistence on independence. And you know this instinctively. It's a dynamic dance. At times you become exhausted and cry out silently, or sometimes there's a sudden outburst like thunder or volcanoes erupting. But rain and lava reimagines the landscape. Mothers fight for their children's right, for their chance to grow, knowing all along the payoff is never guaranteed. There's a rose in a fisted glove where the eagle flies with the dove. And you decide to fill that child with your love, remaining hopeful. As mother of the garden, you lean in, observe, interpret, intervene. So that was a new poem. I'm going to read a few poems that are actually in the program. And it's pretty short poems. The first one is called Fluxus. I says, the serious black artist of today is at war. Ever hear about the hair of the dog? Get what? Not between the people and their enemies, across the river, or those further up near the source where there were enemies still. Virginia Woolf said, it will be a long time still, I think. So I also, thought about war, and I don't know about you folks, I'm pretty opposed to war, and so I think that protesting war and injustices in our society is our responsibility. So this piece is called Protest Poetry. The proletariat must rise up to the oppressor to voice their disenchantment on a number of things. They must use words. They have power, to address that which sits at the other end of moralism. Protest poetry is for the people. It shines, illuminating their inner sense of right from wrong. Their very humanity is at stake. We need more protest poems. Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future. It's interesting that this whole exhibition and this work is about reaching back and reclaiming stories that are from the past and this historic nature. And so this piece is called The Lucky Among Us, and it's about a medical doctor in the Civil War. 1963. And she had a black female lover at the time. And her lover had to wear a uniform and appear as a male in order to serve in the Union Army. So this is a little piece about how war and the society creates these opportunities that are sometimes not that great. The lucky among us. There was never a time when they were unprincipled, unnerved, uneven, even during the war in 1868. They never wavered from their commitment. Celeste. Her service was impeccable. Had a Union uniform made custom-like. Wore knee-high boots just like the men folk. She even gave the old house gal a chance at being free. Told me to come on and go nursing them shot-up soldiers. Put bandages on them. Give them whiskey when they go to shouting. We never did jump no broom or nothing like that. We was just deep cover for one another. Dr. Mary Walker. She was good with roots, is what I heard from everybody. She said she weren't afraid of no blood and fixing up no soldiers what's a fighting for freedom. She paid close attention to every detail. The way the knife sank in to gather up stray buckshot and the cat's gut strong through violent openings in human skin. Her pecan body kept me warm in the quiet morning. Together, they traversed multiple battlefields, each one blazing a blood-soaked path, pursuing a freedom that never really existed. And this last piece is a new poem, and it's going to be a part of a reading that I'm staging next weekend at a gallery over in South Minneapolis. It's called The Third Place, Wayne Young Huey Studio, and the name of my play is called Voice Love. And this is a little poem from one of the characters in the play. The character's name is Mills. Mills is a transgender man, female to male. My people, in the voice of Mills. Didn't I do it right? A way of not knowing, an art to being kind. There are these times when you slow it down just at the right time. Suspend judgment just long enough to hear what a fool in love might say. Standing in their leadership stands, my dancing people, my poetry people, still writing about slavery and love. What of these people? My from the deep South people, the people that came from slave people. They learned their lessons from the Jim Crow people who learned from the perpetrators. They are my people too. Using a set of guided principles, like the steps one needs, make that has to take before one can soar. Like the steps one has to take to reach heaven. He ain't heavy. He's just my brother. My family people. Like my great-grandmother, Pearlie Slaughter. We called her Moan. I cried when we buried her in the family plot outside of Union Springs Baptist Church in Lithonia, Georgia. But I couldn't do much more than that. My people are still trying to get up off the ground, trying to gain their balance the best way they know how. They worship at the altar of power. And what if love was the most powerful word in the ethos? Love, 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 love. And what if my people were the embodiment of that love, representing everything and nothing? There are black holes in the universe where love disappears and the heart becomes frigid and rigor mortis sets in. Pray for my people.